mentorship either. So what I sort of aim to do today with Simon, I've got my main guy here with me, is just give you an overview of really where we're headed with the Facebook and Instagram. It just every day just keeps opening up wider and wider and wider possibilities as they allow us to target people in more interesting ways. And so what happens for us is that as each month goes by, really, wouldn't you say, Simon, there's a new feature that impacts the level of what we can do for the guys.
Literally every week a new feature is being released in the advertising tools. It's giving us more ways to target things better. It's just moving so quickly.
Yeah. So just I'm wearing a headset, so it means that Simon. So I'll pass that to him when he gets up to the case study stage. But when I ask him questions, as long as everyone can hear Simon, is good as well. Could everyone hear Simon when he spoke then? Just hold it like this as well. This will just be easier. Okay. Not that well. Okay. So just, we'll come a bit closer. You'll have to almost give us a kiss on the cheek, Simon. I'm doing it. So Simon's been with me for 4 or 5 years. I've hand trained him in every single thing that I've learnt and know, and we are also engaged with pretty well the most cutting edge Facebook and Instagram marketers in the world, and Simon and I are both enrolled in all of those programs. That's how we are privy to those things that come out. And yeah, it's going to be a very, very exciting year, particularly within the Instagram world. So yeah, we'll get into it. So for those of you that have done or are doing a campaign, this will be a bit more of a deeper look at what's really going on in the day in the life of Simon when he's sitting there, working on your campaigns and really, micro-targeting, retargeting them, focusing. So you get a bit of a deeper insight into what's actually going on. I know for those of you that have done a campaign, your reports are fairly impressive, and obviously at the end of the day, results is what counts, and we've got quite a bit of results across the board, and we'll hear from a couple of people today that are on the call. But this will be for you just a chance to see, of what goes on to that and how we scaffold. So it's really, really vital, particularly for those of you who've already done campaigns and looking to do more. It is a scaffolding or compounding advertising platform. So what that means is, and Simon will soon show you, but as we do more campaigns, we get more insights into the areas we can target for you. We grow bigger lists, we find more unique lists, we track more people that have been visiting your Tumblr and across your websites, and we grow and grow and grow it. The end game really is to get in a situation where purely your social media becomes like a snowball in a way to really bring in that perfect client and have the right kind of jobs and to be able to do things like, have a contract that you do think you're going to sign, and then if we're able to turn around and deliver you something that nets another 250K, then that's great. And then the idea is to scaffold on that, or be whatever it is. We've got clients who are looking for very targeted things. So we'll get into it and give an overview. And for those doing mentorships, I'll touch on that a little bit at the end because a lot of people haven't heard about them. Just a quick yes or no. Who's heard about our new mentorships program? Just yes or no. Okay, no, there's a few. Okay. Basically, yeah, we'll get to that at the end. So we'll get into it. So I guess just now we do a check. Can you see my screen? Got all yeses across the board.
Yeah,
cool. Well, Dwayne's in here. Is that Dwayne, or is it the whole team? Okay, cool. Hey, Chantal. Awesome. All right. Well, anyway, and Happy New Year to everyone. I don't know if you guys have been following my updates on our Instagram. You should be. But we're literally, this is our first day. We've just opened up a new office. So thanks heaps to you guys for supporting us along this journey. We've got a rich training and awareness shows office that we're running this webinar out of, which we built and did the fit out. You can have a look at at me pretending to be a tradie again. So here we are. We'll get into it. So essentially, and all of this, we'll get in Instagram stuff, but essentially Facebook advertising platform and now Instagram, they work on such complex algorithms and essentially it's almost AI, isn't it? Really, Simon, you said like the way that they decide who sees what ad, where, how, and why when you're taking full advantage of the tool. It's literally personality and emotionally profiling people. It's very Big Brother, it's very whatever, it's like that, but it's fairly amazing the sorts of things you can do with it from an advertising perspective. So this is a bit of an insight into how that actually works. So at the end of the day, it's really simple. We're going to put your name, what you do, your service offerings in front of thousands and thousands of eyeballs, but they'll be increasingly the exact eyeballs that you want. So that's really that's the power. So there is no other advertising medium that can do that. You cannot ring your radio station and say, please don't waste my money. Do not play my ad to people driving in their cars unless they want to build a home where I am and they have the budgets that I want and that they've been researching home loans and that they've been following house interior design things. Only play my radio ad to people who are ready to engage in building a new or custom home with myself in my region. Now, of course, the radio station can't do that, nor can anyone else. SEO is the idea that people will search for what they want, and then they'll get a listing of all the different people that have got SEO listings and contact them. But again, what happens there, it's the opposite of Facebook and Instagram advertising, because we don't wait for people to come and search. We actually go and find them at their point in need now and plant seeds now. So some of the campaigns, and you guys will see this, particularly ones that have done it for a while, and Simon will testify that the revisiting, like we'll do a campaign 6 months later, people that you attract in that campaign will engage with that business's profiles even more and even opt into the EMS up to 6 to 9 months later.
I mean, just because someone doesn't actually convert during the campaign, the period of the campaign, 6, 7, 8 months down the track, they could convert. Like that's the way it works with social media.
Yeah, so it's kind of a, I mean, the word I use is investment-based marketing, because what it means is that the dollars are never lost. We've been able to get them. Now, even people who don't, it's even at the point now, isn't it, people that don't even like or connect with you necessarily in your EMS, the fact that they even view any of the content we put out means we've got them in specific caption nets. Isn't that true?
Yeah, for sure.
So in other words, there's just no wasted dollars when you work with social. It all compounds and compounds and compounds. Yet it is a slow game. It's a snowball game, and it's humans who work with humankind. It's a lottery in a sense. But undeniably, it is it. That's it now. There is nowhere else. Social media for the next probably 10 years is going to dominate across all business sectors and services. That's going to be the primary place. Have a look at these sort of stats, and they're not going down. Instagram's increasing as well. Some of these are even old. It's just phenomenal. The usage is phenomenal. So the kind of targetings that Simon does for you guys, there's so many, and he'll get into some in a case study, just so you really understand the depth of it. This is not some, overnight, pie in the sky Filipino solution where they whack 4 or 5 stock photos out there and press a big green button and attract millions of Indian likes to you. This is literally sitting down and profiling each of the adverts, looking at each of the engagements. So we can look at how they engaged, when they engaged, and base the ad experience they get from you on that. So Simon's able to deliver them ads that start to go down a particular vein. And he'll talk a bit more about RJ Builders recently and a couple of other clients that are moving into house and lands, how we can start to follow them down a rabbit hole, if you like, and feed them the kind of ads that we know they're interested in engaging with. And it's simply it's the fact that we can meet the person where they're at. So if we know that there's a section of the audience that are using it 10 to 11 p.m. at night and they're interested in these sorts of things, we can focus it around those kind of ads. So the other thing to do, this is references from some of the biggest guys in the media place, and this is what they're doing as well. if you're doing any offline, even SEO or radio and newspaper, you always want to synchronize a social media campaign with it, because at the end of the day, even if they do listen to you on radio, even if they do see your TV ad, even if they do pick up the paper, you won't convert them then and there. They're not going to drive along and all of a sudden jump into your database while they're driving at the 9 a.m. commute. They may retain it and think about it later and eventually get to it, but what they will do is, as soon as they finish that commute, they'll pull out their phone and check their Facebook or Instagram before they start work. We know that. And what will happen is the same building company that was just on the radio is all of a sudden in front of their face there, and there's a big green button that allows them to engage and find out how that builder's actually managed to be the dominating force in that particular region. And lo and behold, it's very interesting. It's right there where we're thinking of building. Interesting. And actually, we were talking the other day about potentially getting, a coastal duplex, and here it is saying, are you interested in coastal duplex? So we can actually target the adverts based upon the kinds of things that they're saying and doing, which is really key to it. So using in conjunction, think of your social media, I guess, how would you say, Simon? So other medias can set them up and give overall branding, but social media is the only one that can actually micro-target the person into exactly what they're doing, when they're doing it, why they're doing it, how, and then bring them straight in, like literally capture them straight in as a liker, a clicker, or an EMS.
And provide social proof. So obviously, you've got all these people seeing your posts and seeing your ads, but then you might have 30, 40 people liking on it and sharing it, and that just drives it even further. Like it just, starts to go viral. Like you just get so many more eyes on your content.
Yeah, and the social proof thing's an interesting one. Simon will see in the reports that, just say there's an ad, I mean, a case in point might have been one of the eco property ones, where, remember when it got over 30 or 40 people liking it or commenting, all of a sudden everyone's on it. And that's just a natural human thing. It's like, why is that? Why are they so popular? And so what we do with that is you will end up with people following your content because other people are, essentially. So social proof is huge. So again, if I will keep cross-referencing the social media against other medias. When you do an SEO search, it's not going to come up with 30 of my friends and what they've had to say and do in relation to that building company, plus photos, plus an ability for me to click on inside the Google search. No, it's not going to do that. It's going to give me the top 15 paid ads first, and then the top 10 people who have actual impeccable SEO. And then even at that point, obviously the chain reaction is then they have to click on it, they have to go to a website, then they hopefully get convinced, then they hopefully, and we know attrition rates it's around 86%, I think, for what's the rough attrition rate for someone landing on a website?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's above 80%. It's above 80%.
Probably more, yeah.
In other words, people land on your website from a Google search, and then they do nothing. One of the things that, mainly because of time and often the way the website's formatted and operated, but what they often will do is grab a quick piece of information, which is why you guys have got your e-brochure buttons there, because you just want to make it so ridiculously simple for them. But Simon gets them before that. You get them right there in the ad. You get them right there. They don't go anywhere. It's bang. There's nothing for them to do. They click the button whilst they're looking at the content. So, yes, you can raise awareness as well. Of course you can. We've got a franchise client who, we've got a number of their builders with us now who have managed to secure a rather significant celebrity endorsement. Now, there will be a range of TV around that, but I know for a fact they won't convert any contracts out of that TV. Where the contracts will come from is when the people that saw that television exposure and connected the dots of that brand were able to then reconnect it through their daily experience within their social media, and then they were able to directly engage by virtue of an e-brochure and then ongoing connection. They will convert to being contracts. So even if you go and put mega bucks into a TV campaign, which a lot of you guys are just, I don't think any of you are really doing TV, but some of the bigger guys are, you still need to convert them, and you want to convert all your awareness stuff. You need to convert it in the simplest way. So that's really how it's done. So have you got, other than those guys, have we got anyone else that you've been doing recently that's got radio or TV in conjunction? No. Just a quick show of hands. Who's doing radio and TV at the moment out there? David, were you doing anything? Just a yes or a no. Anyone that's currently doing a bit of radio and TV in conjunction? No, no. Okay. Um, and currently we were last quarter. Okay. Well, if you were last quarter and you can tell us the TV shows that were on either side of it, we can go and find them retrospectively. So Simon, you'd be able, like if they were doing TV last quarter and it was running, you know, before the footy or something, you can go and hunt down those people via social media, remind them about those TV ads, even use some of the images from it and try to convert that audience from them. Okay. So who was that just mentioned about last quarter? Not that well. Okay. Yep. Who was that? Oh, Madeline. Hey. Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool. So you guys are obviously a part of what I was mentioning, but not mentioning the details of. So yeah, that's going to be an exciting thing once we get a chance to test that. But at the end of the day, as long as Simon knows anything and everything he can about any other exposure that you've got out in the water, my point that I'm trying to make to you is it doesn't matter what other forms of marketing you've done, we can assist to convert it. So you've put 40 grand into radio, and you know you might have got one or two contracts out of how many calls. We turn around and focus on those people that have listened to that station, been connected to it, remind them of it, even give them an audio sample. I mean, you could, you know, like we did when I got interviewed on Triple M by Marto and Ed, and then we went and targeted all the people listening to Triple M with my audio snippet. So basically, social can help convert all those as well. It's a really important thing to consider. So now let's talk Instagram, because Instagram, it's funny, we're watching Instagram in every market at the moment. I'm touring soon. I'm going to New York and to Europe and a few places with what we're doing as well with builders and things over there. And Instagram in Australia, I think in terms of uptake, retention, reach, it's been pretty phenomenal. Like in the time that since we've implemented...
It's just risen so quickly. Instagram's working so well with the campaigns at the moment.
And you'd be attributing, I mean, it'd be approaching up towards what, getting towards half of the connection, or
it's not that high yet.
But it's coming up.
It's growing very quickly.
Yeah. So previously, it didn't really have a shoe-in. You know, it wasn't really converting or had the abilities to do it. But they've improved it so well. And I just got an email that there's all the new targetings are coming out to match. Like for Instagram to be able to purely match all your targetings, yeah. So which there is 350 odd targetings. So Instagram is huge. Now for those of you on here that don't currently, you should all have Instagram now connected as part of your package with your e-brochure, and it should be driving your content. If it's not, you can just drop a line to projects@restrain.com.au and they can get that info over to you. It takes no time at all. There's a simple video that explains it. But I think everyone here is relatively new, so you'll all have Instagram as part of what you do. But those stats are pretty impressive. You know, like and the thing that gets me the most is it's the actual action rates of Instagram. It's like people they do more clicking and actually reacting to things in Instagram than they do in Facebook, but we got much more reach in Facebook. That's all. You know, like once Instagram reaches the kind of population that we see on Facebook, it will be phenomenal. You know, and I think that's why Facebook purchased it in the first place, to be honest. So essentially, the Instagram is also, I guess, another thing of it is that it's seen as kind of, it's one of the newer social medias. It's quick, it's easy. They are keeping up with all. You know, Snapchat came out and it does the micro fading videos, so they've done that as well. You know, they're sort of using it as a way to stay. I think Facebook are using it as a way to stay on top of all the other breaking social medias before they made any decision to buy or purchase or acquire any other. But from our point of view and from your point of view, you know, we're not looking at a one-year relationship with you guys. I'm looking, you know, we want to be working with you guys for 10, 15, 20 years. So it doesn't matter. If Facebook shuts down tomorrow and they open up a new thing, you know, the grand window becomes the new social media. It doesn't bother us. Whatever the technology wants to do, wherever the world wants to go, however it wants to operate, we will just stay abreast of that and move with it, and learn where it's headed so that we can execute it for tradies and stay focused on the trades within that. And you'll know yourself how markedly different it is when you stay completely focused on builders and trades and learn intimately what it is that brings their audience. I mean, you saw how long it took you to really start to nail it now. I mean, being transparently honest, our first few campaigns, we did the best we could, but compared to now, in terms of your understanding of how to actually target those audiences, what's your confidence level now?
Oh, extremely confident. I mean, just know the industry so well. So, I mean, over 90% of our clients are builders. So.
Yeah, so we've doing a little bit of real estate stuff now, but and even that's just generally it's real estate through builders who have got real estate to sell. So a lot of this other stuff but we'll get into ad types in a minute, which is really awesome. But you can tell a story. So Simon's doing. This is for you guys to get a deeper understanding of what's going on in the back room, when you take out one of these campaigns, what's really going on in there. So Simon's able to do things where he's profiling every ad that's out in the water, and he'll talk about it a bit more later, but the idea is he's trying to generate a flow, a story. So he's got that ad's going to you, and then he knows that you've seen that ad 3 or 4 times. That doesn't show anymore. Then another one comes. So as a person receiving it, they're able to get this kind of story, which builds a connection to you even before we get them to like, click, or opt in for an e-brochure. That's why not often, we pretty well always start our first initial campaigns with an awareness campaign, because we're focused on bringing an audience and finding out where the market's at, and telling a bit more of a story before we're like, hey, click and go an e-brochure. But then, of course, the idea is to actually get, at the end of the day, we want to get them. We want to get them in, and usually now it's sort of by the second campaign that we're focusing on striking, and it's true that you've been having success as well with direct EMS opt-ins and contracts being secured from first campaigns, correct?
Definitely.
And I think we've got a couple of people on the call today. We've got David. I know David's here, and that we've got results for in that vicinity. And it's really hard for us. I'll let Si talk a bit, but it's really hard for us with ROI. People say, I spend $4 or $5 grand on a campaign. Then the thing for us is that our clients are not necessarily going to come back to us in October next year, when a person from the campaign that we did for you this month, who's been liked your page and watched on your Instagram, jumps into your EMS next year in October and then does like an $851 million build for you, and you net a profit out of it. You're not necessarily going to go and phone me and say, Rich, bloody hell, thank you. Although, having said that, we're now tracking, we're now covering our own asses by tracking everyone that we know is converting at any period of time, so that we can keep an eye on that, and know the results we're delivering you. But what I really want to make extremely clear to you, this is so important, a campaign today is a contract 9 to 12 months later. Those of you that have been securing direct EMSs and contracts within the month of the campaign or thereafter, that's because Simon's not sleeping and making sure that, if there's an ad, if one of those 80 ads even starts to dip below peak level, he's removing it. We're offering a cutting edge service that's really tailored to try to do it. But generally speaking, you see social media marketing pay off 6, 9, and 12 months later. That's how it works. It's a snowballing, rolling type thing. And when you stop it, people say, oh, how many of these should we do a year? Like, how much should I spend? I say the bare minimum is 4 a year to keep the ball rolling. And then, sure, that's, at the current pricing model, which, by the way, you'll hear about at the end, that's changing significantly. So now I've done all my market research. The entry-level campaigns are 25 grand a month. And I'm in a mastermind group now of the top Facebook and social media marketers in the world. That's what I've just joined it. And the reason for that is that at the end of the day, we're there to make money for you guys, and we have an understanding of what's involved in terms of the money that's made. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're always doing a plus 5 to 10 at least on what you're spending. So if you spend $5 grand with us in a Facebook campaign, we want to make sure that you secure something within that 6 to 12 months that covers that 3 times over, 4 times over, because the idea behind that is that you'll stay with us, and we want you to stay with us. I mean, that's the whole idea now that we've launched mentorships and the whole thing is, you guys have kind of helped me to grow from just being a dude by myself trying to make all this happen to now we've got this amazing team, dedicated people, and particularly those of you doing the mentorships, that have got that monthly Skype call and that support from us. You'll see that we're coming from a place of longevity, similar to you guys. I mean, you don't build a house for someone and then say, see you later. So it's growing. The one thing I want to say to you, for the people that have not yet done a campaign with us, they've got the e-brochure opt-in package. That's great. That's got intrinsic value. But it's also picking up now. People are getting onto this. We're starting to see, I mean, you're seeing now the ad floods. We're even having to do things where we're trying to sidestep where other ads are, make sure we're showing our ads in more unique audience spaces. But what's happening basically is what I don't know, there's some clients I'm looking in this list here that have been with me for 3 years. I think you would remember me saying ages ago, watch the next 5 years, because we're going to hit a critical point where all of a sudden, and this will happen in the next year or so, where you'll turn around and nearly every single one of your other tradies or opposing other people will be in some way trying to smash it within social media and direct, often failing, often trying to do it themselves, not doing it well, hiring, getting people that don't know what they're doing. But at the end of the day, they'll be having a punt at it. You'll see a massive upturn in that very, very soon. So it's a real estate game. It's a real estate game. You get in early. You would say that, wouldn't you? Like, to go back 2 years ago when we started doing ads, and pretty much the only ads you would see in terms of builders and traders across the socials was stuff we were doing.
It was just so new back then, we were pretty much at the cutting edge of it when it was just starting out, when the ad tools, I mean, Business Manager, the main tool we used to manage all of our business ads, hadn't even been invented before we needed it. We'd already needed it for a year. We were just like, we were ahead of everyone, really.
And then you've seen now the market space increase. You've seen, so now Simon has more work ahead of him in making sure that our ads deliveries are finding those micro niches, so that we're not, because a lot of those are the ones that are doing these broad scale regurgitated, stock images, these advertising companies, Philippines and India, that are just doing the same thing. They're not doing any micro targeting. They're just blasting the budgets out, maxing it out. They're not doing splitting, they're not doing A/B testing, they're not shutting down ads and redoing it. So they're operating at like more of a surface level, as opposed to us burrowing deep down inside the social media to the specific audience. Is that a way to explain it?
Yeah, that would be a good way to say it, for sure.
So we've still got an advantage there, but it is filling up a lot at the moment, at the end of the day. So the sooner you get in and get exposure within, and I mean, it's like anything. It doesn't matter what advertising medium comes, the sooner you get in on it, the better, really, at the end of the day. So the key components now, and we never thought it, never ever did I think video was going to really step too far, and particularly the type of video, is these are the main ones, obviously. These are the ones that are converting. Photos still convert incredibly well. Video, I reckon in the last 3 months, would you say the last...
Video is working really, really well for us, particularly client video testimonials. We're finding in the campaigns are just really getting results. People are really engaging with them, people are sharing them, people are talking about them. And the other new one is the carousel ads. The carousel ads you can see here, they're just working really well for us at the moment.
Just do a little explanation, Si, on the carousels, like the basic concepts. It's like telling a mini story in one ad.
Well, rather than having, say, like an ad set with 6 separate ads with the same, ad text in it, a carousel actually has six images within the one ad that scrolls sideways, so people can, hit the scroll arrow and go through and look at a number of different images within the one post.
And we're able to use those, aren't we, to tell a little story, like Queensland's best builder. Then moving on, one of the top designed houses, show them the house. We have a unique way where, show them the different touch points that make that business special, and then finish off the last ad with, jump in now, find out about how a team works, grab our e-brochure, people be in touch with you. So it's like, in other words, it's cramming 6 ads into one while someone's there, and I know they work because I've sat there and done them myself.
I do it every time I see one. I go, oh, I'm going to click the arrows and have a look, and see what comes up.
Yeah, and I mean, we know that from stats, but not just personal. And look, the thing that kicks it out of the ballpark for me on video, and this is the thing, you can keep it so simple, guys. You know, Si will talk to you if you take out a campaign and give you leaders, and if you guys have got mentors, you're sorted because they can help guide what they be. Short, sharp, simple, easy videos, aren't they? Shot on the mobile phone even are fine. It doesn't have, there's no drama with it at all. But the great thing about video advertising for you guys within the campaigns is the views. We can now retarget everyone who's viewed it, yeah?
You can basically, we've got the, we can actually target people who have watched a certain percentage of your videos. So say people who've watched 25%, 50%, or 75% of your video all watch the entire thing. So this is just so valuable because obviously someone who's watched more than 50% of your video, is really interested in what you do, and then we can basically create an audience from that and then retarget them with ads. So.
Yeah, and those ads that Si will do, and this is again difference in terms of the kind of lengths and depths that we go to, is that, okay, you imagine this, you've seen a video about a building company, very short, basic one, it's just been a little iPhone shot, one introduction, maybe there's a client there, or it's a progress shot of a day. We've now got you tracked that you watched 50 or 100% of that. Next thing you know, you get an ad saying, thank you so much for having a look at our info video. We would love an opportunity. Now, this is an ad that's talking to you specifically within your Facebook newsfeed. It's saying it's coming up only to you because it knows that you watched the video last week. Or if you didn't quite watch it, notice you didn't get a chance to see our info video, possibly have a look at some of our testimonial videos. You're able to actually target these ads specifically at the people so that the ads are talking to them as if each ad has been written for the person that's viewing it on their phone. And that's where things, that's how you get conversions and find correct audience. So they're the three main ad channels that we use, guys. Video is really exciting because of the micro-targeting. Photos is just, they work, they always have, they always will. And carousel keeps their engagement and allows us to go info, opt-in, essentially, is how you would consider that. And then obviously you've got slideshows, which is a similar thing, but it's kind of it's like a video, but in it's like a Canvas ad but animated. And the Canvas ads, I don't know, we're testing them now, but they haven't proven themselves.
Not as yet. No, not yet.
Give us the basic outline of a Canvas ad.
Basically, it's just got multiple sources of media within the one ad, so it'll have a series of images and a video, and then it will have a nice little animated pop-up that's got like a little lead capture at the end of it.
Yeah. So when you get your content and things to Simon, all your different things, and even when you're creating, so that's the thing, when you take out a campaign, you might have all little videos, but any new videos that you do during the time of a campaign, so if they're doing new video posts, you then pick those up and take them out to market as well. So that's the other thing to consider, guys, is that you'll still be doing your own content. Simon would be driving content that you've delivered to him to use for the advertising, but then the daily life of your business will take it out. And this provides value back to your intrinsic original purchase of your eBrochure and system, is because this is then driving people into it. So, often people say to me, oh, look, we got that, I'm not sure what results we got. The thing is there's no advertising intrinsic in that initial package at all. It's a system tool for all your lead capture, your automated newsletter, your eBrochure and everything, but it by itself is not going to bring in fresh leads and inquiry. You need to go and do advertising for that, which is exactly what these campaigns are targeted to do. You can't have one without the other. You need the other one first. Where the revenue comes from, the initial one, is just off the initial e-blast, because obviously you're hitting your database. But the key now is, and actually we'll speak a bit about their initial database. You grab their initial database and you focus your ad sets for those based on the fact that you know that they're already aware of the business, yeah?
Of course. Yeah.
So they're internal. Yeah, so they're basically ads targeted at your existing database where they know that you're getting the emails, they know that you're in the database, and encouraging them to engage further with you, to like and to share, for social proof. So that's those aspects. Okay, so the main ad types. I need to do a quick check here with everyone, please. Can I get a yes if audio and screen are still fine? Just a yes or a no. Okay. Can I get a yes if Rich is talking too long and you want Simon to show a case study? No. Hey, it's good that most of these people remember me and know me. Okay, let's go through. Lead adverts. Straight to the point, straight down the line, we're fishing. We are jag fishing. Bang, line goes in, pull a fish out. Bang, line goes in. We can't do these kind of ads in your initial awareness campaign because we don't have the momentum and the audience is correct, Simon. Obviously we get the pressure. You know, someone pays pays for a Facebook ads campaign. You know, I want to, what's going on? Give me a contract. It doesn't work like that. Transparency and truth right now. This is a long haul game. Have we jagged contracts on for an initial first awareness campaign that have gone from social media into an EMS, gotten an e-brochure, gotten some emails and converted a contract? Yes, we have. We have multiple instances of proof of that, including on this call.
The $1.2 million contract.
Yeah, well, David's in here. He can have a chat about it in a minute. But the point I'm trying to make is I want to manage realistic expectations. I want to be able to tell you guys the reality is that this is a 12-month strategy, not a 1 month wham bam. So lead adverts we save generally for when we know we've got the right audience in place. The dynamic adverts, this is the key to the micro targeting. So we keep going deeper and deeper in your audiences so that the ads themselves are specifically done, and then the link adverts are obviously their ideas of, they're getting people off and onto parts of your website, they're letting them download other things. We don't permeate heaps of them because generally, you would say 80% of the time we're trying to get them in via the e-brochure site, but you do some ads that allow them just to touch base with the website because, look, this is what we do, right? When we don't try to bring someone in, an awareness campaign is there to build presence and awareness, likes, followers, connection, all the rest of it. It will drive some traffic to your website and to your Tumblr blog as well. The reason being is that Simon installs tracking codes on there so that anybody who comes across onto your website from Facebook, he's got them. He's got them, and we can hit specifically them and target them and bring them into your EMS. So that's how, that's what, the only time we don't try to bring him in is a correct sign. The only time that you don't try to bring him in directly for the e-brochure is in two instances. One, during the awareness campaign because you're trying to build profile, and two, when you're doing some random link ads to drive them to sections of their website. And you tested this recently, didn't you, with Eka Real Estate?
I did, yeah, and that worked really well for them. But I'm just to say, just on this subject, the website visitors audience is one of the best audiences we've got. Apart from the people that are already in your EMS that you already know are interested in you, have gone to the effort to sign up and get your e-brochure, that anyone that's visited your website obviously knows about you. They know who you are, they know something about you. So whether they've got there from a Google search or whether they've got there from an ad that we've sent them there, we can then track those people. And yeah, it's just one of the best audiences that we've got, really.
We can track them and re-hit them with appropriate ads that draw them in. Yeah. So, when I was speaking earlier about our social Facebook and Instagram campaigns assisting you to convert your other advertising, it also assists them to convert their SEO, doesn't it? Because you're constantly tracking every individual website visitor, and then you're focusing your social media on those people.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you do want to continue wasting money on SEO, I'm joking. It's not that bad. I'm just it's funny because we're probably 3 months away from launching an SEO package, but it's going to be one that's completely perfectly married into social media, so there's no crossover and loss of traction in either area. You'll hear more about it in about 2 or 3 months, but we will do SEO. We've been getting hounded. The two things we got hounded about: we want more connection to you guys and more support. Hence, we've now developed the mentorships, and we're wondering if you're going to do any SEO and know someone that does websites and SEO. And so yes, we're slowly getting prepared for it, and we're not far away. So that's the different AdWorks objectives and what we try to do with them. So look, this is the concept really. So you're looking at your main business goal, and this first one's really important to consider, isn't it, Simon? Because most of your clients just, hurry up, get me a contract, I want to make money and build a house, yeah, generally.
Yeah, well, this is why we send for any of you that have actually done a campaign already. This is why we send you the questionnaire. The questionnaire gives us everything that we need to know. We ask you straight away what your business goals are. We ask you, what your demographics are, who your ideal client is, because obviously, some of the time you're going to know that better than us. But because we work with so many builders, we actually look, we're just all over that. But yeah, we need to know exactly what your goals are,
Yeah.
and then we'll structure the campaign around actually delivering for you.
One of the things, a point I want to raise here, though, the point I'm trying to make, is that I don't feel that always the smartest decision is to go for the throat and be like, okay, we want to do a campaign and we just want to try to bring in people that will end up converting the contract. You might want to do a campaign that cements you in relation to a specific aspect of what you do as a building company in a given area. So you might want to cement yourself as the dominating force in, home energy efficiency builds in remote areas, and you're not going to focus a campaign on, give me your name and phone number so I can book you in and build a house for you. We're going to focus it on stories and case studies in connection to that. It may not convert to any contracts, but what happens is the awareness and branding of your business is you solidify that. So this is something I really, if you've got a notepad and pen, don't think about doing these campaigns from a narrow point of view. Think about the fact that we can make you famous for whatever you want to be famous for. Really, truly, that's the thing. We can build a profile around you, and what this is called now is basically called influencer or authoritarian-based marketing. So we want to make you the influencer in a very, very tight micro niche in a specific area, and that can take time for you guys to identify. And in between times, yes, it's great. It's great when someone comes in off social, grabs an e-brochure, loves it, got a budget, ready to go. You get an email, you make a phone call, and you go and build a house and you make some nice profit. That's great. But also looking at strategic direction 5, 10, 15 years down the track, what's the name known for? People think, as soon as they think of Rich Training, they're just like, those guys are the guns. When it comes to social media and email marketing for builders and tradies, that's it. They live, eat, breathe it. They just made that their thing. You guys have this as well in a range of different ways, or you're discovering this. I really want you to understand that you can use your social media campaigns better than any other form of advertising on the planet to cement yourself in that space that you want. It's really, wouldn't you say, that's what you can do. You can create a niche for yourself basically out of it. So you identify those audiences and where they've come from, and then that's it. The chunky, annoying, painful, time-consuming, grinding fun. Is there any fun? There's fun in there. You're always ringing me and saying, Simon, I'll get text messages at 11 o'clock at night. I just got 3 leads for road. I bloody jumped in the EMS. No, it is fun. So, but that part is there. That's the part that a lot of businesses, like, we'll have people go, we're doing advertising, and I'll go and look at their page, and what they mean by that is we've punched our credit card in, and we keep hitting boosted posts on random, useless, undirected, untargeted posts that don't have any hook links, and therefore we're an authority, and that Facebook marketing doesn't work for us. I'm sorry, we know it doesn't work. That is directly equivalent to, you give me a drill, and I try to eat my soup with it, and I turn around and tell you the tool is broken. Doesn't work. This thing doesn't work. I can't eat my soup with it. And you just look at me with a face that wouldn't look funny. That's exactly what it's like when we come across people that tell us that social media doesn't work, and then we find out that they or agencies that they've been using have been employing these kind of methods. I've seen budgets of 10, 15 grand being spent, 10, 15 grand being spent, and there's no lead capture. How many times have we seen marketing companies or web companies taking money, and there's no lead capture? None of the ads have got any lead capture. And there's, example was KP before they came to us. That was a 40 grand campaign, and they got no leads. You got 80 leads for them in a month for 5 grand, and he rung and asked, and I said, well, it's pretty bloody simple. You paid someone to do an advertising campaign that had no targeting and no micro-targeting, no lead capture. So just be aware of this. So if any of you are doing or think you are doing social media marketing now, either yourselves or through another agency, you've got to know that you've got to understand the details of what really goes on with it to be able to make a judgment call on whether you're actually doing it effectively. Then from here, you copy, paste, repeat. So what we do is we use this 4-step method to go over and over again, down, 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 and target on your to the micro audience. So yeah, this is just, we put it out everywhere. Your advertising and mediums are gone through everywhere. And essentially that's part of the power of it, now. I have a feeling, like, I don't know, I've seen things changing with LinkedIn. I'm thinking LinkedIn and Facebook or Instagram are talking, because a lot of the ad sets and the way they're doing things are getting very similar. They've got a very clunky ad thing, but don't mark my words on this, but you could. I think LinkedIn's internal advertising will soon directly link to Facebook and Instagram's production tool, because they'll cut a deal with them to say, look, we've got an audience as well. So I know a lot of you guys have a LinkedIn or used it. At the moment, its most effective use is just a glorified inbox. You can write directly to developers, architects, and build relationships, and you can send your e-brochure link obviously as part of that. That's how you can convert off there at the moment. Its advertising platform is not great at all yet, but there's a chance that we would see that as an extension in the future. So I guess, do you want to maybe, this is kind of where you get a chance now to burrow in and really let them lift the lid and sort of say, this is how deep we can get. So I'm going to hand over now, guys. That's kind of overall peripheral concepts. What Simon wants to do is just dive in a bit deeper to give you guys a bit of a reality check on just exactly where we go with this in terms of the audience and the targeting. So you get an understanding of what's really going on behind the scenes in these campaigns. And then I'll jump back on to close and say goodbye. There'll be an opportunity for those that want to connect. Clint, I think, spoke to a few of you. You can get in touch. Those of you who are doing mentorships but haven't got campaigns yet, obviously we'll chat about it as part of the due course. And I'll just finish at the end of that with a little wrap about what these mentorships exactly are. Thank you so much, you guys, for listening to us on this. And yeah, you guys know me, I'm pretty enthusiastic inside about this stuff in general, but it has been really good because it's been getting better and better. All right, Simon, over you. Just delve in a little bit.
All right, so I'm just going to go through and just show you a bit about what we actually do with the campaigns. This is an example of one of our clients who's been doing really, really well with our campaigns. We've run 2 different awareness campaigns for them, and they've had really, really good results with those. And this is a new thing that we're sort of venturing into now with the builders, is for a campaign based around a house and land package. So these guys are based in Brisbane, and they've just got a couple of different spots around Brisbane where they're offering a specific house and land package. So what we did was we structured the campaign around that. This is just an example of one of the autoresponder emails that I created for them. And this is another one in the series. So basically this was the initial email that went out. Further down the email there, if you scroll down, it actually shows you a number of the different designs, like of the house and land packages that they're offering. And then after that initial email goes out, over a certain period of days, anyone who's already done a campaign will know what I'm talking about here. But one of the first things we do when we set up a campaign is create a set of autoresponder emails that go out after your initial e-brochure. So for this particular campaign, we created a new list and a new sign-up form, so it's separate to your e-brochure. And basically, yeah, we're driving people into this new list, and basically sending them emails with all the information about their specific house and land packages. So this is one of them here. You can just see it's got the, the image of the house, and you can download a brochure, the pricing. It's got the map, and after that, after the those emails go out, we have a number of them going out about the different actual designs of the houses.
This is like another, more general email explaining the benefits of a house and land package. Just trying to, help sort of hammer it home a bit, and make them understand why, it's a benefit of buying it and how much easier it is for them. And now what we can see here is basically one of the ads. So when I, set up one of the campaigns, usually a number of the ads will be running on the actual page, like on the client's page. A lot of them are, probably more than 80% of them, I'd say, will be happening in the back end, would be happening behind the scenes and not displaying on the page. They're all targeting people from, all different targeting types, targeting techniques, which I'm going to show you a bit further down. But this one, for instance, here, this post here, this is one of the posts, and this is driving traffic straight into the list, straight into the the list to basically to get those autoresponder emails. You can see how many people have interacted with this post here. There's 6,565 people reached. You can see there's 56 people who have liked the post and 3 shares. So that's just an example of, how much coverage, we're getting with this post. And this particular post here had a number of different campaigns running off it. So there was probably 4 or 5 different targeting techniques being used in different campaigns, boosting traffic to this one particular ad. And if we go in here, basically we can see this is the week 4 results for the campaign. So we can see that we got them 36 new leads in total over the period of the 4 weeks, which is that's a really good result. And we got them 18 new subscribers straight into the house and land segment. So 18 of them have said that they're actually interested in the house and land packages. 25 of those came from Facebook. 1 came via Instagram, because we're tracking all of that. That's what we set up when we set up the campaign. We set up custom segments to track who came from where. We got them 325 new likes, 280,455 impressions, which is how many times the ads were actually displayed during the campaign. We've had 3,412 people click on the actual ads. Click-through rate there is good, 1.22%, only 45 cents, cost per click, which is really, really good. And the cost per acquisition, so that's basically, how much it cost us to get each lead, $58.45, which is a very nice result. This is just a look at the different lists. So we've got the main RJ builders list, and then we've got the house and land packages one, separate list. So this is just showing you the the activity of all of the emails getting sent out. This is basically during the campaign, so you can see it's saying view activity for the last 30 days. So you can see how many emails we've sent out just during the campaign alone. And what I should also show you is a little bit about the audience targeting. So if I go into here, so this is the good stuff. So this is the the audiences. This is the way that we actually really laser target people during the campaign. So I'll just run through a couple of different ways that we do it. So this is a client active build that we're running a campaign for at the moment. So one of the first things I'd do when I set up a campaign would be to export their actual EMS list from the Rich Training EMS, and then what I can do is basically download that as a spreadsheet and then import it. That's this top one you can see here, the active build EMS list. And what happens then is when I import that spreadsheet into the Facebook ad interface, Facebook then just scans all of those email addresses and it finds everybody in that list if they have a Facebook account set up, and they become an audience. So you can see over here, custom audience with a size of 90. So basically it's found 90 people in their EMS list that actually have a Facebook account associated with that email address. So right there we've got an audience. We've got an audience of people we know are already in your EMS. We can send them targeted ads. Obviously we're not going to advertise to them to try and get into the EMS list because they're already in there, but this is one of your best audiences, your EMS list. You already know that these people, they're your people. The next one is the website visitors. So again, this is literally one of our best audiences. They're, they are two of the best, apart from, the people who actually follow your page already. The EMS list and the website visitors, these are your best audiences, and this is the one that we create. We basically put tracking code on every page on your website. That's what we do when we say anyone who's done a campaign will know. We send you an email and ask you to get your website developer to put some tracking code on every page on your website, and that allows us to just track everybody that visits your website. We do set up an ad campaign within the campaign that sends traffic to your website to actually track these people, because we know that's such a valuable audience, and we build that audience up, and then we can deliver them targeted ads. These ones here, rather than being custom audiences, they're saved audiences. So what I'll do, this is a couple of ones that I always set up by standard if I'm working with a builder. This one here, this is my naming convention. So this one's high income earners, local area. So what I do is I basically, obviously, figure out, everyone who's earning, over a certain amount of income. We can match people by this demographic you can see here. So we've just chosen the location of Brisbane plus 20 miles, age group 30 to 65 plus, and then people who are earning over 80,000 per year. And we're also looking for, basically we've got all these demographics where we can choose that, people that are of high affluence as well, or people who own homes that are worth $500,000 or over. So I'll always create one of these audiences when I'm working with a builder, and basically this allows us to target the people that have got the money, people that can afford to buy the houses that you guys are building. So that's an audience that we're targeting with the ads. Another one that I will always do as well in the questionnaire, if I just go in here and have a look, you can see down here, this gives us the details of the audience. So I'll always set one of these up by default when I do a campaign. So this is my little naming convention here. So this just stands for interests list, local area. So obviously these guys are in Brisbane. So we're targeting people within 25 miles of Brisbane. We're excluding people who already like your page, because we're targeting them with ads anyway. You can see that here. And age 30 to 55, and down here we're basically got all of these different things that we know that people that are into, in the market to be buying houses are interested in. You can see a few of those things in the list there. Like Home Beautiful magazine, The Block, the TV show, Better Homes and Gardens. These people we know are prime candidates. So that's just another little thing that we do when we set up a campaign. Down here, if we go a bit further down here, this is a new targeting type. It's only just been released about a month ago, which I've been testing with our campaigns, and I've been getting really good results with. So Page Engage 365, what this actually means is it's an audience of people. Basically, it's anyone, what we can track now with Facebook is anyone who's engaged with your page on Facebook within the last 365 days. So that means that we're actually catching people that don't even like your page. People don't have to have liked your page to get into this audience. If someone goes and sees one of our posts or one of your ads or even one of your posts that's not in the campaign, they see it, they go and click on it, or they share it, or they do something like that. Basically anyone who's engaged with any content, whether it be a photo, they've liked on it, they've shared it, they've watched a video, we can now track these people with this audience, and then we can deliver them ads. And I've just been finding that this is working really, really well. Again, video engagement audiences. This one here is one that I've created of people that have watched at least 50% of your videos. And this is another one that's working really, really well for us. And again, then we can go back and then target them with an ads, and we can, say to them, hey, we know that you've seen our video, but hey, come and check this out. So it's just a really, really nice way to retarget people once we know they've actually performed an action.
Can you just?
Yep.
I just want to really bring home. I just want you guys to really just realize how powerful this really is, what Simon's actually talking about. Take, for example, okay, I did it recently. When Mardo and Ed from Triple M Brizzy said they were going to get me on as the tradie social media guru dude, I thought, oh, look, I'll take out some radio ads. I put 15 grand in it, And then in the end, I got my demographic reports for the total audience population. Now, total audience population, they were saying around 280,000 or 150,000 in my showtime. Of that, my target market tradie audience, they'll break it down around 25, 30,000. And then of that, you have to look at your listener rates. So whether they were listening at the time, not at the time, if they could hear it at the time, were they car, where they were. So really, in the end, I'm probably looking at a micro subset of some 10 or 15,000 people in terms of when I want to talk about the right people. Simon, give us an idea of some of the numbers of people that you're putting these guys in front of, like the numbers, the population numbers.
I mean, look, you can see them right here. Basically, it's, this is exactly what we're looking at is the audience size. I mean, those two audiences that I just explained, these saved audiences, the high income earners and the interest local area. I mean, we've got 570,000 people there in the exact target or area demographic, exactly where you want them to be, that we can target ads at.
And on that topic, these are living, breathing, growing audiences. Every day, those audiences shift. So if someone gets a promotion tomorrow and all of a sudden they're turning over another 300,000 a year, this is live, organic. It's live. It's functioning in real time. We'll have them in our new audience. Plus, on top of that, Simon's on top of all of every single cutting-edge breaking way in micro-targeting and all the targeting options, so that he goes in. You obviously retweak these every campaign, if not during the campaign. And every time we do it, we just get better and better and better and better and better at it. So the reason why I just want to stress it is because you can't do that. You can't even do that with TV. You come back to me with a $500,000 budget, and I cannot put your building company's name in front of a population of that size. Even if I combined radio, newspaper, TV, and press all together within your region, we can still put your name, and not only put it in front of them, but in a strategic manner of a higher population of people seeing the name. So at the end of the day, if we do nothing, no one does nothing, no EMSs, no whatever else, just the sheer exposure in terms of the number of sets of eyeballs that have come, that are aware of you and will grow awareness, that alone, let alone the fact that yes, we do engage them, and yes, they do like and share and comment, and yes, they do get e-brochures, and yes, they do end up becoming clients. That's all bonus on top, from far as I'm concerned, in terms of any other advertising spend that you're going, and that's why we've had many clients shut down other types of forms of advertising and actually put some serious thing in it. Where it doesn't work is where you think it's an overnight thing, you press one green button and go, oh, I wasn't a millionaire after a month, and it doesn't work. Or when you try to do it in ways that don't work, or with people who don't know what they're doing, then of course it's going to fail. When it's done as a long-term, slow build, strategic strategy, and it's done in conjunction, with people that are helping you, which is the aim of the mentorships, it grows and grows and grows. So that's what we'd say. Like Simon, he loses sleep. He goes, I should have did a campaign. We did okay. We didn't do as great as I want. But what he does is he can pick up every bit of good thing that did happen in that campaign, and the next time we do a campaign for that client, you scaffold off that. It's like you've already reached, the foundations have been built, and bang, you can go to another higher level. That's pretty much what you're able to do. And you keep all of that micro targeting audiences per client. That's the thing. There's no cookie cutter stuff here. This is you guys each got your own in our software thing. You guys got your own database profiling sections. We could, you could come back and say, we want to do a TV campaign, and I could say, well, you better let's speak to the marketing people, because we know 10,000 times more about your business and its specific client markets, and we've got proof to show it. I can show you physically on the screen who exactly they are, where they shop, what they do, the whole deal. Obviously, that data is our intrinsic IP data that we do as part of the fact that we're doing the campaigns. But there might be a time in the future if we're doing consultancy stuff that we can do that. But I just wanted to drive home the point, because a lot of people miss this. They don't get how just the size of this thing. I don't care which city you live in. You've got 10,000 people in your city, you've got 2 million people in it. 80% of them are using some form of social media. You think about that in terms of population. Yeah, that's all. Where are you up to in this?
Just want to explain the lookalikes, and then I'm pretty much done. I've done the case study with RJ Builders. So,
okay.
Yeah, I think I just want to explain that to them. And then,
okay, just do that, and then I want to wrap up.
Yep.
So yeah, just back onto the audience types. Back in here, another amazing thing that we've got now with Facebook advertising is these lookalike audiences. Now look, I used to be heavily into Google AdWords. I'm a certified Google partner. I spent, probably more than 5 years doing advanced level Google trainings, and that's how I sort of came into the online marketing sphere a number of years ago. But Google AdWords just cannot offer anything like what we've got here with these lookalike audiences and with these other targeting types that I've just shown you, which is why now I'm pretty much completely focused on Facebook advertising and marketing with Facebook advertising. So these lookalike audiences, so basically this the website visitors audience I explained earlier, where we're tracking everybody with the code on your website. What we're able to do now in Facebook is come in and go create audience and then create a lookalike audience. And what it does is we can then choose, from a number of different things to basically say to it, like, we want to create an audience of 157,000 people that very, very, very closely match the demographics of a particular audience that we've already got. So this is something that we've never had before with online marketing, and it's because the reason that we have that, rather than say, with Google AdWords, when you're looking at advertising in that way, you're completely relying on someone searching for you. You are waiting for someone to be searching for you with keywords, and that's not the way that this works, because basically we already know who these people are because Facebook knows so much about them. Facebook knows. It's because people give away, all of their personal information on Facebook. They figure it out off, all the profile information that you fill in, where your workplace is, what your job type is, the kinds of pages that you like, and this is another thing that we can do as well with the interest lists that I was explaining before. A lot of these interests, a lot of that is based off the pages that people like already. The things that we already know that they like. Like there's no way that you can really do that with something like Google AdWords or another advertising platform. So this is something that we've got now that is just really powerful. So say for instance this one here, we've gone and said, hey, come and give us 157,500 people that very, very closely match, almost like exactly match the demographics of our website visitors. And then when I'll go and create an ad campaign using that audience, then I will narrow it down to exactly the target area, where you are based, where your client base is. Same thing here. I've got the same thing with the page engaged people that I was talking about earlier. I've created a lookalike audience with them, so we can say, look, we know for the last 365 days who's engaged with your page. Anyone that's done anything, that's liked a post, that's watched a video. Facebook, please give me 158,200 people that very closely match these people, and then I'm going to deliver ads to them. This one here is one that we always would normally do by default, is a lookalike based off people who like your page already, because obviously we know this is one of your best audiences. Your best audience is your EMS, your website visitors, and the people who like your page. So yeah, the lookalike audiences are they're working really, really well for us, and it's particularly when we're narrowing it down and targeting it, by a specific area. You could target an ad at a whole lookalike audience, but Australia-wide, but it's not going to be as effective as if we laser target it down to your actual, area. So yeah, that's a bit of a look at what I do. That's some of the fun stuff that I do, and just the ways that we find your people. So yeah, I'm just going to put Rich back over.
Well, I don't think you can do emotion icons in this chat window, but if everyone would like to say thank you to Simon. He's it's been good. Simon's been with me for a while now, and I converted him from the dark side. He was a master Google SEO AdWords guy,
and website developer.
And yeah, and we managed to show him the light, which was good in the end for him and his clients. Oh, look at you! You're getting all the bloody good comments. I just got the Thanks, Simon. Okay, thank you guys for doing that. Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, you guys have met, a lot of guys have met me in person and kind of get a little bit about me, who I am, and our team's like that. We're all down to earth. We're all Australian based, and we're all, all love what we're doing and love working with you guys. And excited to kind of now try to do that more. That's the idea of the campaigns and the mentorships is to have more connection. The e-brochure is one thing, yeah, great. That's a great little tool, but it's a system solution. It does that job. We want to get in there and do more. And look, we've got someone on the line who's done one with us, a few that have done one with us in different varying results and things. But David, I asked him earlier if he'd be willing to say a couple of things about experience of being with us. And the good thing about David is he's also doing a mentorship. So just let's see if David, are you still there, mate? And you find us, say good day. So how do I do that, Krista? Just click on his thing here. Yep. Scroll up, yep. Where are you, David? 1 second. Oh, there you are. So just click that one, Krista. David, can you hear me, mate? And have you got a mic or anything plugged in, or even an iPhone headset or anything?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So now what I need to do is I need to ask the room. Can everyone hear David? David, just say good day again, mate.
Hey, guys.
Awesome. It looks like it. How are you, mate? Happy New Year.
Yeah, thanks, mate. You too. Yeah, I'm well. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm good. Did you see my updates of the little office that we've been fitting out?
Yeah, I did. I did actually. It was pretty tragic, but good.
I'm trying to role model it, right? I'm thinking not only will we do the digital marketing, but I'll show them examples of how they could be using their social media. Man, you should see the followers I've got. Trades pages wrote to me on Instagram, like, who are you? What do you do? I've got people like, do you do office fit outs? I'm like, yeah, I charge 150,000 per square.
Oh, nice. Easy.
Yeah, it is.
Very good.
But anyway, so that's not. I mean, you've done a few campaigns with us, David. You've been with me for a while. You're also doing a mentorship. And yeah, I guess, there's quite a few people in this room here that, maybe they've done none and they're not doing a mentorship. And there's some that have done a couple of campaigns, but they're not necessarily keeping the flow going. I just wanted to hear from you about your experiences with us, results with us, and your vibe on that, because just what you've got to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've done a couple of those awareness campaigns that worked really well for us. Our reach, look, it exploded. I remember speaking to you about it, and some of our posts got up at around 75, 80,000 people looking at it, which was pretty insane at the time, and we got a heap of good leads out of it as well. I think we converted 2 or 3 contracts. One fell through. We had about 3 or 4 on the hook. One fell through with finance, but we converted about 3 just from those awareness campaigns.
And do you mind, without disclosing everything about your business, do you mind just giving me a rough guesstimate ballpark on net profits from those 3 converted contracts?
Look.
Go really ballpark. I mean, I've seen the helicopter.
They average around about 800 grand each. 20% of that. What are you looking at? 600 grand, let's say, at a bare minimum.
Okay, and how much did you spend with us?
Oh,
2 campaigns.
2 campaigns. What's that? 7 or 8, maybe, something like that. I think.
So you probably got a few more campaigns in the fleece, in the buffer from those, and you did only 2 awareness campaigns.
Yeah, exactly. We did 2 stage 1 awareness campaigns. The first one went so well that we did it again. And
it was nice how you sent that brand new Toyota RAV up for Simon with the rotor. We loved it. No,
oh, good.
He did. He said that. I said to him, I'm the bloody boss. I meant to get the gifts. But anyway, okay. So that's pretty straight down the line. So I guess from there you're now doing a mentorship, and we've got a long-term strategy with you. Where the the idea is to then get a revolving. I mean, now you're in a position to do strike campaigns out the wazoo because you've got those audience bases off the charts.
Yeah, well, Simon got in touch with me a couple of weeks ago to start doing that strike campaign, and I haven't gotten back to him because inquiry rates out of control at the moment. That I don't know if I could keep up with a bit more right now. But look, probably 90% of the clients that inquire with us, unless I'm talking to a dinosaur, that have seen our Facebook page or seen our ads on Facebook, on our social. So we talk to them and say, jump on our Facebook page to have a look at this, and that, and the biggest response we get is, yep, we've already seen it, I already see what you're doing, I've seen your stuff, etc., etc. So it doesn't matter where they come from, whether it's Google or referral or whatever it is.
And most of them got your e-brochure too in the end.
Most of them's got the e-brochure. If not, they're on our page or they're looking at us all the time. So
yeah. So I just want to speak to something you mentioned there, like inquiry rates are off the hook, don't know if I can handle anymore. My thing, I mean, you've heard me say this before, but I guess what I can do now is frame it in a way that's even clearer. Doing a strike campaign and bringing in even more niched inquiry at the time, I mean, you've heard Kurt say you can never have too much inquiry. It's the way you manage inquiry. So when we bring it in through social, as you know yourself, you don't necessarily need to directly manage it. They're coming in through a filtrated process. They're coming in via the e-brochure often, and then they're being serviced with the automated emails and distilled down and if not, pre-qualified and pre-filtered. So what we try to say is once the wheels are turning, you don't turn it off because of the momentum. So with you, it's okay to go 3 or 4 campaigns a year, regardless inquiry. It's totally fine for you to say no. But if one of those that comes in through there makes your eyes roll around your head and looks like the biggest job you've done in 20 years, you will take it. And had you not definitely. Had you not done the campaign, you wouldn't have had an opportunity. So that's why they call it. They do the 101 rule. You want 100 inquiries per one job you select. That's
what we're doing at the moment. So we're just like, all right, now that the inquiry rate's huge, let's create another buffer, or a filter.
So we can pre-buffer. Exactly. Well, we can pre-buffer and pre-filter at the advertising stage, you see. So, for example, you're in a situation where you say, look, just don't bring us anyone who doesn't turn over $2 million a year. Simple, done. Yeah. Well, there's one layer of filtering done. Instantly. Instantly, there's not even anyone that's seeing your ads who doesn't turn over a couple of million a year, done, or whatever it may be. So this is an education point for yourself and for those other people here that are doing campaigns. Like, oh shit, slow the horses down. Business is going bust. What you want to do is you want to take that and micro-fine it and refine the thing. So then, with Simon, what he's doing now, like remember when RJ's thing was getting massive, you're able to trim the ads down. We were able to trim the ads down so that the ads were pre-qualifying. So basically the ads are saying to them, don't bother coming in through here unless you meet this, and this. And then the carousel ads can be a part of that. Are you someone with a deposit immediately? Are you looking at a budget in this area? This is the kind of work that we do. Here's examples of it. If you fit this area, click here and grab a e-brochure. So before they even knock on the door, they've already been filtered, buffered, pre-qualified, and micro targeted. And that's a really, really important thing, particularly for someone in your, where you guys are at now.
Yeah, perfect. Sounds good.
Yeah. So, and the mentorship, you've started that. That's new for us, and it came. I mean, you're one of the first people. I think it came as a response. It's a 12-month. Just so you guys that are there that don't know, it's a 12-month program. It's a Skype call, a coaching call sort of type thing for an hour and a half every month, just specifically in relation to your social and your email. Assistance with that, curating results. If you're doing campaigns at time, look at that. Look at strategy, making sure posts are going out. Just a guidance and a helping hand and then to look at forward-moving strategy. And we've been doing one with you, I think, through your marketing lady.
Yeah, through Amanda.
Yeah. So, and any feedback you've got from her or just yourselves about that as that's been unfolding?
I mean, she loves it, and obviously marketing's her field, so I got her to do it, and she just relays the messages to us. She's been enjoying it. It's been good for her, and it helps us as well. It's been obviously what you translate to her that then gets filtered down to us is what we need to be doing within our social media to keep those engagements up.
Yeah, yeah, and not only that, the big thing that we do is we hold a meeting every 2 weeks with all the mentors, looking
Yep.
at everything that's breaking and changing. You know, like the semi virtual reality VR photos that are coming out through Facebook, incredible, where the person can just walk around inside the building from their phone, straight from your
Yep.
Facebook page. You know, this is all getting released soon, and so I guess, and the mentorships are there to provide a bit of extra TLC so that you can touch base with someone. A lot of people said to me, you know, Rich, it's great. We set up our eBrochure on all social media. You know, we do our one post, automated newsletter. We get it. It goes. It's great, eBrochure. But, you know, we'd like a little bit more connection support. And you know, for a long time there, I mean, you've been with me since the beginning, sort of, you know that we've grown
Yep.
slow and strong and small. We just didn't have capacity. You know, bottom line, we didn't do it. So I was trying to be a yes man to everyone, and I was end up stuffing up. Couldn't help people as much as I wanted. You know, couldn't pay for the help of helping them. You get 10 builders calling you per day to say, hey, help me with my EMS, and none of them are paying for that privilege. You know, so being really transparent with you guys, same as what you've done with your businesses. You know, as you've grown and you've done heaps of stuff where you just have to get out there and do it to get it going. We're now in a situation where we've got a mentorship. It's a structured program. It's excellent. It's got the thing, and it's there to provide support. And it came as a reaction to our client base saying, "Hey, we love you. We love that. We get the whole thing, but we just need a little bit more. We just want someone to hold a hand. You know, even if just contact us once a month and give us a bit of help." And so now the mentorship is a gateway to that. And at the moment, it's relatively inexpensive. It's like five, you know, whatever it is, $5,000 for the year. Um, and the campaigns, as you mentioned, they're currently priced at about they're at 3,375 plus GST for the ad spend, for the management, and there's a $1,500 ad spend, so they come in under five. Those prices will all change within a month, basically, considerably. I've gotten some business coaches and mentors that are showing me a different way of doing things, and we've experimented now. So I've got 3 clients now, David, like yourself, who, you know, when I joked about the RAV, what's happening now is they're paying a fee and a percentage of secured net profit. And they don't care because they're like, well, what's skin off my nose? At the end of the day, I still make my money. And if he, you know, and that's actually where we're doing that within the real estate game with a few things. And I mention it because there's a few builders, I'm not sure if you guys are doing it yet, but a few of our guys that are now doing pure house and land packages. You know, they've got all the VR stuff done, they've got all the videos, the models, the whole thing is just bang. You know, it's set price tag, set standard inclusions, done. It's a, you know, it's an off the shelf, land's already there type thing, and we're having a field day with house and land direct sales. So attracting people through. So if that comes up for yourself or any of you guys, that's another thing that we're really interested in doing as the, you know, as time progresses.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, but all right, and well, thanks so much for your time, mate, and I hope that that was, you know, just for all of you, as a chance for you to see. I guess we just wanted to open up the workshop a bit, you know, and kind of let you know what it is we're really getting into doing, you know, when you do it. I mean, of course, we've got results there, and David's one of a number of examples, but it's nice for you guys to be educated and see. So I'm thinking of holding one of these webinars about different aspects every now and then, you know, every 2 or 3 months we'll do something. I know Kurt wants me to do something early March about Facebook stuff. For those of you that are here or that came today, Clint, some of you have met Clint. He'll be in contact to chat with you guys about, obviously, you know, helping you out with the campaign. I guess, David, the question you would be, if you're, you know, I mean, we've heard some numbers there already, but, you know, if you were asked, would you go ahead with the campaigns or campaigns with us and mentorship, your response to that?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. It's a no-brainer. Everyone's on social media, you know, and even the clients that you want are around social media. You know, they're the ones that are active. They're the ones that, you know, see your stuff every single day. I mean, obviously, you know the stats, how many hours people spend on Facebook every day. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, no, all good, and appreciate it a lot. And thanks to you and guys, everyone that's there, thank you very much. I'll get Clint to do a quick ring around, say good day to everyone. He's my new guy that's helping me out. I'm turning 40 this year, and I'm gonna try to take the family on a little holiday. We're gonna go away for a while. But thanks. Look, much love and appreciation to everyone here for being our clients, being with us, and we're really keen to do these campaigns in an ongoing fashion. You know, we want to, you know, 3 or 4. You know, our optimum is sort of 4 campaigns a year, 4 to 5 campaigns a year. Simon can only handle a certain level, and if we do any more, we would bring the people in slowly because I don't want to outsource any of this stuff. it doesn't get done properly. So, yeah, but anyway, thank you guys so much for your time, and those of you who proceed with this, we're going to do our absolute bloody best, and hopefully you'll go as well as what David did.
Easy.
Cool. All right, mate. You have a great day too, and we'll speak to you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Cool. No worries.